Hey y'all, grab a coffee, pull up a chair, and let me take you back, way back. So a couple months ago, I'm sitting on the couch, flipping through this dusty old family album that's been sitting in a box since forever. You know the kind, plastic sleeves sticking together, corners all bent. I'm not even looking for anything specific, just killing time while the kids are at school. And then, boom, there it is. Tucked in the blurry background of a random birthday photo, barely bigger than a postage stamp, my childhood bedroom wallpaper. White background, tiny pastel hearts and flowers. Little ragdoll girls in mint green and cotton candy pink dresses, holding hands along the border like they're dancing around my 8-year-old universe. My whole body did this weird shiver, like someone just plugged me back into a power source I forgot existed. I zoomed in on my phone till the pixel screamed, and I swear I could almost feel the slightly raised texture of that paper under my tiny fingertips again. Y'all, I hadn't thought about that wallpaper in 35 years. But the second I saw it, I wasn't the tired mom with the mortgage and the minivan anymore. I was that little girl again, lying on the carpet with my Cabbage Patch Kid, convinced the Ragdoll girls came alive the minute I fell asleep. And right then, something clicked. We're all time travelers, aren't we? We just don't need a DeLorean. All it takes is one tiny detail, one smell, one color, one song, and whoosh, we're right back there. That wallpaper, that was my ticket. Now, don't get me wrong, I know not everybody's childhood was sunshine and Saturday morning cartoons. Some of y'all are watching this thinking, girl, I would pay good money to never go back there. And I hear you, loud and clear. For some folks, the safest memories come from later. Maybe your first apartment, your grandma's kitchen, the library where nobody bothered you. Doesn't matter where it is, as long as it's a place inside you that once felt like home. For me, though, that bedroom with the ragdoll wallpaper was the safest place on earth. And here's the wild part. A few months ago, my youngest, Emma, ended up in a children's hospital for a whole week. Machines beeping, fluorescent lights buzzing, that awful antiseptic smell that just crawls into your soul. I was running on zero sleep, living in the same yoga pants, trying to be strong for her while quietly losing my mind. One afternoon, she finally dozed off, and I'm sitting there in that hard plastic chair, scrolling mindlessly on my phone just to keep from crying. And then, boom. There was a picture of a strawberry shortcake doll, exact same one I had when I was 7. Y'all, it was like someone opened a window in a burning room. I started hunting one click after another. Found my old Care Bears lamp, my rainbow bright bed sheets, my original My Little Pony stable. Every image hit me like a hug from 8-year-old me saying, hey, it's gonna be okay. By the time Emma woke up, I had this warm little glow in my chest, like I'd smuggled a piece of peace right into that hospital room. I carried it with me through the rest of that awful week. When we finally got home, I did something kind of crazy. I turned the top shelf of my closet into a tiny museum of 1980s me. A couple of thrifted Smurfs, a Care Bear that still smells faintly like my old bedroom. That wooden mushroom lamp I tracked down on eBay for way too much money. Nobody really goes in there except me. It's my little Narnia. When the world gets too loud, I slip in, touch something soft, close my eyes, and breathe. 10 seconds later, I'm good again. My buddy Chris does the same thing, but his story's different. Growing up, money was tight, dad was gone, and he never got the G.I. Joes he circled in the Sears catalog every Christmas. Now he's 42, makes decent money, and slowly, one by one, he's buying every single figure he ever wanted. He lines them up on a shelf in his office and says, little Chris finally got his toys. It's not nostalgia for him, it's healing. It's finishing a chapter that got ripped out too soon. So here's what I want you to try, if you're feeling brave. Close your eyes for a second and ask yourself, what's one tiny thing Color, smell, texture, sound that makes you feel safe deep in your bones. Maybe it's your grandpa's flannel shirt. Maybe it's the creaky porch swing at your old house. Maybe it's the theme song from a show you watched after school. Find it. Bring it back into your life in some small way. A candle that smells like your mom's kitchen. A playlist of 90s R&B. One stupid little toy from eBay that makes you grin like a kid again. Put it where you can touch it when adulting tries to crush you. Because we can't go back in time, but we can borrow pieces of the past and carry them in our pockets like Lucky Charms. I'm still hunting for that exact wallpaper, by the way. I've got alerts set up on vintage sites, Facebook Marketplace, you name it. Haven't found it yet. But every time I look, I'm not really looking for paper. I'm reaching back through the years, grabbing that little girl by the hand and whispering, "Come on, sweetie. We've got this." And together, we always do. So tell me in the comments, what's your ragdoll wallpaper? What's the one thing that takes you straight home no matter how far you've wandered? Drop it below. I read every single one. And if this hits you in the feels, give it a thumbs up, share it with somebody who needs a little time travel today, and hit subscribe, because we're just getting started. See you in the next one. And until then, keep a piece of your past close. You never know when you're gonna need it.